Hey guys, I'm Michael the Redneck Hybrid, and today I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a teaser on a project that'll be coming up maybe within this year, but I ain't gonna be working on it for a while, but I just wanted to show it to you because I thought it was really cool. So this is my Christmas present from my brother. This is a Massey Harris 44.6. It's a kind of unique tractor because most 44s you see are just a simple 44. They'll have a 4-cylinder engine, but this one actually is a 6-cylinder Continental F226 motor is what we found out it has through just our research online. We haven't dug into it too far yet. We're pretty sure this engine's stuck, so there's a good chance I might be taking it apart. I'm gonna try to do it a smarter way though, that doesn't involve too much extra garbage, but we'll see when we get there. But yeah, so I found out about this tractor actually while picking up a couple tractors for a friend of mine. He had picked up a Farmall F560, just a 560, no F. And then he picked up a Parts WD, which I get to take the parts off of that one for my WD that's sitting over there as well, because I could use a couple replacement parts. But yeah, so let me give you a walk around on this thing. All right, so as I stated, obviously this one has a flathead 6-cylinder Continental engine in it. I'm not too terribly familiar with these engines. I believe they use them in industrial applications like forklifts and stuff, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I said, I haven't been able to had that much time to do that much research on it. But the good news is I can at least find some parts for this thing, like gaskets. So that's at least the good news. I can find some parts for it. This tractor is actually fully loaded. So for starters, if you look here inside the grill here, if I can actually get a good spot for you to see it. What we found out is there's actually a hydraulic pump mounted off the front. You can see the shaft there. Kind of, there you go, now you can see it. There's a hydraulic pump on the front of this tractor. So that way this thing has live hydraulics, which means you always have hydraulics all the time, no matter what. No matter what gear you're in, whether the clutch is in or out, you always have hydraulics. It came with this really interesting bucket that I started to remove, but just didn't finish because I got yelled at. But it came with this bucket, and the really interesting thing about this bucket is that from what we've been able to tell so far, we think this is actually a mechanically leveling bucket. So as you lift this up, the bucket will stay level, which is actually really cool. It's just gonna stay level no matter what, unless you pull the release, which then this is just a gravity drop bucket. It'll tip over, and yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. Let's see. What else did we find in this thing that was interesting? Oh, it does, if I go to the other side, give me a second. Coming here to the other side, you actually notice that this thing actually came with power steering, which, again, that's something that not a lot of tractors came with, but that is especially nice for this thing having a bucket and also being a narrow front end, because there's a lot of weight on those wheels with this having a bucket. And this is actually probably the only bucket I think should ever be on a narrow front end tractor, because this thing isn't gonna be able to go that high. I mean, honestly, the height it's at now is almost its max height. Like, it can only go a little bit further before it's hitting the grill. I have a feeling that's what all this damage here is from hitting the grill. But yeah, that's actually a really nice feature. And then also, unfortunately, this was removed, so this will be fun to either try to find a replacement or to make our own, is that this tractor originally had dual exhaust. You can see the guy cap this off, and then there's the hole here where the second exhaust pipe would come out. We are gonna try our hardest to try to put this thing back to dual exhaust. I have a feeling we're gonna be contacting our friend who is a far better skilled welder than I am. The dude is just extremely skilled with TIG, and he will probably try to get him to help us make a custom entire header, because this header also on the back here, maybe I can get my phone in there for you to see. I'm ready to go upside down. It's a little dark, you can't see, but there's a hole in there. You can stick your finger inside. So yeah, this header is definitely kind of shot. But yeah, it's a pretty cool tractor. Had a lot of fun getting on the trailer because it had the entire differential here had actually frozen. And I don't mean rusted frozen. I mean it froze in ice. So we knew there's an ice block in this. There's the ice block. Look at that. We're not fucking frozen. This whole thing was completely frozen solid. It would not spin. I had to literally drag this onto my friend's trailer. Now, I do think this is a very cool piece. I'm pretty excited to have it. My brother was too. That's why he agreed to buy it for me for Christmas. And I mean, he's not made of money. He was just like, this is such a cool thing, dude. We're not missing this. You're buying this tractor. The guy had a couple other tractors out there. Well, he had a Massey 44 out there as well. I think that was one of the few that hadn't been sold yet. He had a couple Alice's out there. Couple of the farmers, but he was a very nice man. Loved talking to him, great guy. Had been in, was born before World War II, so he lived through all of it. Met actual German bad guys later on in his life when he actually joined the service during the Cold War. So he actually met them. Had a lot of things to say about the current political state, what people keep trying to say. I won't get into that here. But he was a very nice man. Reminded me a lot of my grandfather. Very, very talkative man. Really nice guy. And I hope he's around for a bit longer because at 91 years old, he was a very good man. But yeah, so this is a project. Once I get the other 2, 3 if you count the M, but hopefully the M will be running by the time I post this video. If I'm lucky, otherwise, But once I get my other 2 projects done, this is next on the list. But yeah, I hope you guys will be excited for this thing. I think it's very cool, and I'll catch you guys later. So please like and subscribe to keep up and see the updates on this and other projects, and I hope to see you then. See you later.